Welcome to this presentation of UPSL soccer action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans, so they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures!
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Charlie Jordan Field here at Shiloh Stadium in Snellville, Georgia. It's UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. SSL FC welcomes North Georgia United in this pivotal match for both of these teams. One team trying to stay out of relegation, the other team trying to hold on and stay in the Premier Division playoffs. Larry Weaver alongside Andre Bomar. And Dre, we have a very interesting little setup. Like I said, two teams that are on completely different paths here in this fall season.
Yeah, it's a game that means something for both teams for different reasons, as we just discussed. And, you know, SSL is a must-win game. They're trying to avoid relegation. Right now, they're rock bottom of the division, minus Atlanta City, who are already out and withdrawn. But not yet a win from SSL. 2 draws on the season. All the rest are losses. And so they really need to get a result. Now, from North Georgia's point of view, what they're going to be trying to do is get home field advantage, and they need to win out for that to happen, and also need some help from some of the players, some of the teams above them, so that they can try to get something for home field advantage. It would be great for them as they are up there near the Tennessee border in Calhoun and Dalton area.
You see the leaderboard right there. Top 8 move on to the playoffs here in the fall season. North Georgia United is going to get us underway. They are in their pink kits. They're moving from left to right. SSL FC in the red and white kits. They're going to be moving from right to left. And we are underway here at Charlie Jordan Field, Snellville, Georgia. Thank you for coming along on this ride.
Remnants of that game at Vino Tinto when he scored from the center circle. I think there was an attempt there, and
yeah, that time though, just not enough of a leg to get what that result was.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing attempt and conversion from Vino Tinto, who played a stellar game last weekend. But now we got to see what North Georgia can do. They're trying to get one of those top 4 spots, so they're going to have to win in order to do that. They're safely in the playoffs, but they're going to want to get a little bit further advantage here.
Bit of a mistake by North Georgia, but they're able to come out of their third. Again, last week, North Georgia United ended in a 3-3 draw with Georgia Revolution. Here's a chance into the box, right up at the top, lays it off, but not able to get anything for it. SSL going to retain possession. Yeah, they're going to try to do something there on that far side. Not going to be able to do anything. Going to go out for a throw.
That was an unfortunate result for North Georgia because they were leading that game going into extra time of the second half and gave up a late goal from Georgia Revolution to end up with a 3-3 draw on that match.
North Georgia just working through the back. Reset, moving through midfield. Good layup. Ooh, that was a good touch.
Oh, right through.
Here's a beautiful ball over here to the near side. Shot taken in the back of the net. What a goal for North Georgia United in the 2nd minute.
Great approach play there and a great finish. I mean, he was wide open, found some space on the edge of the box there, and the through ball to him was sublime. Well done. As you look here and see. As you see, started deep in with the pace that they have, worked themselves through with good passing. And you see them in the bottom of your screen running through. And, of course, nobody picked them up. And, of course, he finished just perfectly for North Georgia. What a great start for them on the night.
Right off the bat, 1-0 for North Georgia United, coming all the way from the Calhoun area.
Yeah, I mean, Larry, it's just a terrible start for SSL. And now they're going to start in a little bit of a hole here. So we'll have to see if they have any type of things to do in this response time.
That goal coming from number 3, John Engel.
It was just a beautiful exchange of passes and a great through ball. SSL, a lot of questions to be asked on the defensive side for not marking there, but here they come again, North Georgia.
Good ball over the top, back to Engel.
He lays it off into the box, cleared out, will be a corner for North Georgia United here, the first corner in the 4th minute.
I think already we see, Larry, a bit of a pattern here. North Georgia, high energy, very much into the attacking side, despite having to travel in Atlanta traffic to get here this evening. Here we go.
Quickly taken by Lom. Lom's going to hit it with his left, but he's going to just hit the side netting. Didn't even have a time to talk about the Golden Boot race here in the fall season, Dre, as Emmanuel Lom for North Georgia United. He's currently in 4th place, tied with Martin Salcido with 8 goals. Mark Bonneau from Potros at the top with 15 goals.
Yeah, Mark Bonneau has been on fire all season. You know, he had a brace last week to stretch his lead in the Golden Boot. But Emmanuel Lom is no slouch. He won the Golden Boot last season, and he's been doing well this season as well, along with his teammate, Ronald Maradiaga, who's on 7.
Maradiaga was able to get a brace last week in that Potros, or that Georgia Revolution draw. Other goal coming from Marquavius Tucker. Here goes SSL with a chance. They're going to send it high and long and out. American football goal, but not.
Yeah, I like to call it rugby.
Yes.
Yeah, they tried to get a little bit of a possession there. Terrible last ball, unfortunately, for them. But I think SSL is going to have a goal of holding on to the ball, because I can tell already North Georgia on the ball, they're going to be attacking. They want this game.
Yeah, they are definitely in the hunt to solidify at least a position in the playoffs. As of right now, if they could finish off the season perfect, they could end the season with 27 goals, or 27 points, excuse me.
That would be phenomenal. I mean, SSL, they showed that they can make a mark. They played Potros last week to the last few seconds there, but couldn't close out the deal there. Potros just came through in the end. So they do have it in them. They just haven't been able to produce all season long. Not a single win so far for SSL.
And the North Georgia United, their last 2 matches of the season against lower ranking teams, they play at home tomorrow against Albion SC, and then next week they are away for FC Atlanta. So it is not out of the depths that they could get all 9 points in their remaining 3 matches.
Yeah, and you still have teams like Dalton and KSA are having to play each other, so points are going to be dropped above them. So there's a very real opportunity for them, as well as for Potros, to get to a home field advantage.
Potros not ready to give up their crown as regular season champs from the spring season. This is going to be an in-swinger for SSL. Right into the box, deflected out, finished off by North Georgia. And that is Maradiaga with possession. Lays it off.
Look at that passing.
Coach K has done just a great job taking over the responsibilities at North Georgia United. He had a tall task, because in that spring season, North Georgia United, in all intent purposes, should have been relegated.
Yeah, they ended up in the relegation spaces, and had it not been for the reorganization of the division, they would be playing in Division I this season. But it's a great story for Coach K as well. When he came here, he was looking to possibly start with the women's team. That's a division we're going to start next spring. But he got hired for the division, well, what was going to be a Division I team, and then he was told, hey, you're playing in Premier.
And he's been able to adapt.
He really has.
You had an opportunity to interview Coach K this season, earlier in the season. He's had to kind of adapt his mentality, because it is a different game from the women's side to the men's side.
Yeah, and even, his early plans, in addition to that, was to compete in Division I. So he had to go from that he went from the women to Division I to Premier in a matter of weeks, as far as planning and preparation. And look what he's done. They're in a position to where they're going to definitely be in the playoffs and then possibly have home field advantage, which is great for them as a ball goes in the middle.
Good throw in by Engel, but it's going to be a handball in the box, and it will be a free kick for SSL. Now, when we talk about SSL, a team that's really struggled this fall season, Dre,
Yeah.
a team that, we have seen them at the top of the Premier table since they came into the Premier Division. They've been in the top rankings, finished somewhere in the middle of the rankings every season that they've been in the Premier Division, but this season they have really struggled.
Yeah, and I can't explain that, Larry, because this is a Kalanji Academy produced team, and we see how well Kalanji Pro Profile does. And you would expect with the similar coaching and the same ownership group, you would have similar, and we have in the past, similar results. And there were times where SSL were challenging Kalanji in the league table. But this season, it's been night and day, and not in a good way for them. It's been terrible
There's
for
a
them.
hard press there that could have been a foul committed. Our center official called the foul off. Number 13, Ivan Orlana, felt like he was hard pressed.
Yeah, SSL trying to press here.
Able to win
High.
possession at least for a second, but it's out.
Yeah,
And this is the other thing, Dre, is this is SSL's home turf. It's a very wide pitch compared to what North Georgia United usually plays up at Riverbend Park up in Dalton. So
And
there's a
it's-
lot of factors you would think that would be on the SSL side, a lot of pros.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I mean, the larger pitch seems to be suiting North Georgia just fine. And it's giving them a little bit more room for creativity, and it's produced a goal already. But here come SSL.
SSL trying to get past the two men. It's going to be knocked out. Will be a throw for, well, it looks like we had conflicting. You saw our center official, Mary Fernandez, making one call, the AR making another call. The AR is going to win the call. Gives us an opportunity to look at the referees for today. Mary Fernandez is our center official. Asher Morris, Eamon Alapsa, our two ARs, and our fourth official, Alvaro Impuero.
Very
Always
experienced.
good to have our referee staff here in the UPSL.
Yeah, this is a good crew as well. Very experienced. Done a lot of UPSL games for us, all of these guys. And lady.
And that's one of the things is the UPSL is growing exponentially here in the United States, especially here in the Georgia Conference. The men's side, we have both the Premier Division and Division I that is going strong right now. There's a good shot right into the grasp of the keeper for SSL.
I got to tell you what, Larry, every time North Georgia come forward, they do look dangerous and hungry. And it's going to be a tall order for SSL to keep them at bay. SSL is going to have to try to find a way to get some possession. They do have talent that they showed last week, and they can score. They can be lethal, but they just haven't been able to get over the hump so far in the season.
Trying to fight through that defensive line, not able to do so. SSL lose possession, but win it back in the midfield. There's a foul. It's going to be played advantage. And a second foul, and that will be a free kick opportunity for SSL. No card early here in the 13th minute. Just going to have a conversation.
Yeah, it's a little early. Mary's a great referee for us. She knows how to conduct and control the game, keep everything organized. We'll see this first good little set piece for SSL, see if they can make something out of this. Quite a ways out, but there are plenty of red and white shirts forward in the box.
Set up for this left-footed shot all the way to the goal, saved by the keeper.
Comfortable in the end, but he did get it on frame. Sometimes those things can go in.
always good to take a shot. You saw what happened last week with Vino Tinto.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget that?
But we start, you know, what I was alluding to just a few moments ago. We talk about this Premier Division. We started the season with 14 teams. With Division 1, we started with 12 teams. Each division went down by one team as Atlanta City did bow out early in the season. And then in the spring season, we're going to see the women's. Here's an opportunity for North Georgia. It deflected off. What a save for SSL on the line.
Oh, I thought he was going to bury that. He took a little time to get around that. That gave the defender enough time to get behind it. But the goalkeeper was well beaten. As you see here, come through. He's well there. You think if he could have first timed that, but he tried to go around and use his left foot, and that gave the defender a chance to get over.
Taken quickly. Shot taken. Deflected. Cleared away by SSL.
Can they break? Good recovery from North Georgia there to prevent the break. Now they're going to try to come back to the other side. It's going to be a foul.
As I was alluding to, again, part 3. So you had 14 teams. You had 12 teams, division. And then in the spring, we're going to see the launch of the UPSL women's division here in Georgia, as well as you're going to see more of a start of the UPSL Academy.
Yes. For
the boys' men's side. We have the 13s, the 15s, and the 17s.
Something that really is important. See if you can get there. Keeper got there cleared just in time there from that long through pass.
The academy side is still in development, as we've seen a little bit of what was to come back in the summer when we had the regional
tournament there.
Tournament that we broadcasted on at MOBA. Really some good teams from throughout this just eastern realm, because you had teams from New York, you had teams from Florida.
Yeah, I mean, shows a lot of good young talent that's on tap there. That's why it's so important for these teams to develop their own academies. That's going to be the purpose for that. Been waiting a long time for the women too. There's a lot of good talent in the women's game that needs a proper venue to let that talent grow. So we're all excited about the beginnings of these things, and ASMG will be there to cover it more. And plus, we're going to look to expand coverage of Division I for the spring as well. So stay tuned for more.
Sent forward.
It's going to be a goal kick. He thinks there's going to be a corner.
Will be a goal kick. Because that's one of the things you got to think of, is the fact that when you talk about this Premier Division, you're talking about 91 matches throughout the regular season, and that doesn't even include the matches we're going to bring you for the playoffs. That doesn't include
the nationals.
You talk about the other 72 matches that happen down in Division 1. That's a lot of matches, that's how I finish off that conversation. That's what, when we talk about these referees, it's a lot of matches for these referees here in the UPSL, and it's even going to get even larger when we talk about the spring season.
Yeah, it's a pro development league, not only for the players, but the referees and the teams themselves. Everybody's developing, and that's why we're so heavy about getting the academy. You need to find that pathway to pro. And so that's the beginnings of it. So it's like, watching these things grow organically has been a joy. We've come a long way in the Georgia Premier from the 8 teams in 2018 to what we have now. SSL.
Tried a little bit of a flick, wasn't able to get it through. Will be a throw. First real opportunity for SSL in the 18th minute.
Yeah, if he could have got turned, he could have got a shot on goal, but they still got the possession here.
That one's going to be knocked out. It'll be a throw. Quickly taken.
Little pressure
Into
here.
the box. Oh, he was on runner, was in a perfect spot. Just not able to connect.
Finally cleared.
SSL starting to grow into this match.
That's foul.
Foul committed by North Georgia.
Push from behind.
That foul was on Emmanuel Lum.
It's definitely a player to watch too, Emmanuel Lum,
And he's a player that's been on my radar for many seasons with this North Georgia United team. Really has that little spark, that little tenacity in him to not give up on a play and just always fight, always get there, is able to put that ball in the back of the net when he's given the opportunity.
he's definitely a prolific scorer. He's a striker with a nose for goal. Proved it last year with the Golden Boot. This year he's still trying to challenge for it, but he's wrapped around a better team this season than last.
And that was one of the things that, here's an opportunity for North Georgia United.
He's caught it. Does he have enough help?
And that's one of the things that North Georgia United struggled on. There's a foul committed by SSL. This is a great opportunity for North Georgia United.
Just outside the box there. Yeah, this is a great position. See where they place it. Unfortunately, probably can't tell too much on the feed here where the penalty box line is. It's hard to see. It's in gray down there, but he is outside.
Yeah, this one is, I would say, about 4 yards. You can see the line a little bit right there in that view. It's about 4 yards out, and it's Emmanuel Lom and Ronald Merdiaga that are over it.
Either one can take this. Lom.
Good save by the keeper. It's going to roll out. It'll be a throw.
Almost like a corner here for this throw, but a good attempt there and a good save. Needed saving.
And this is North Georgia United. They really struggled after losing Sean McKeever when he was with North Georgia United. He was their powerhouse of the goals.
Just imagine if he was still with them. Here we go.
Good throw into the box. Nice long throw a la Dalton United. They must have something up in the water up in that northwestern Georgia.
Throw in specialists up there.
But McKeever came to left North Georgia United, came to Kalanji Pro Profile, and then has just kind of disappeared off.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen what he could have done if he had stayed at North Georgia. They really needed him last season. They could have used him this season. Maybe the partner up front there with Lom.
Yeah, and it took them a while because North Georgia struggled for those 2 seasons. Lom started to come into his own, needed somebody. Now he's got Meradiaga up there on the same wavelength with him, and they're a really good partnership for North Georgia United.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good omen for what's going to be happening for this team, not only for the rest of the season as they go to the playoffs, but also into the next season in springtime.
And we saw from last fall season, once you get to the playoffs, everything restarts. We saw Atlanta City take down the 3 juggernauts, move on to the national tournament.
Yeah, I had that discussion with Jonathan Torres right before the game here, and that's what he was saying. You know, the playoffs basically is a second season. You start from scratch. And if you go on a good run, Atlanta City has shown that they can do it. I mean, they beat the 3 top teams in the division in a row.
And it wasn't like they snuck a win out. They won decisively in those 3 matches.
They really did. Oh, good defensing.
It has him get up. No foul. No foul. Will be knocked out. Will be a throw, though, for SSL here in the 23rd minute.
SSL player slow to get up, but he's getting up now.
High arcing throw. It's going to be one-timed out for a goal kick.
Yeah, might as well take a swipe at it, I guess.
Center official asks for a replacement ball. One thing to note here for this fall season, it is the inaugural season of the UPSL's new match ball, Voight, taking over responsibilities from Score as the match ball for UPSL.
Yeah, very experienced manufacturer of the balls, used a lot in Mexico.
And Liga MX is their official ball, also used a lot in South America.
Yep.
We're still waiting for some of those match balls to make it our way here in the Georgia Conference. Here's a mistake by SSL. Lom receives it. Just enough of the work there by the SSL man to work it off of Lom. And deflect it off of Lom to go out for a goal kick. That was great work by the defender.
Yeah, they caught him, and Lom had just a step, but he couldn't quite get the control to keep the ball in front of him, got it a little bit under his feet, and that allowed the defenders to recover in kind here. So he's got that little advantage there. He tried to cut in, but he was cutting into the defense. Then tried to thread it through, but unfortunately for him, defenders had gotten themselves back in. But another chance, half chance there for North Georgia, trying to build on that 1-0 lead that they have right now.
SSL trying to work their way through at center circle, moving forward. Good ball, lobbing over. Still have possession. Lose it, though, over on that far side. Just not able to connect with each other. Out for a throw for North Georgia.
Yeah, kind of missed it on that last ball, but what I'm seeing, SSL is getting a little bit more settled and a little bit more composed, so they're getting a little bit more threatening as they come forward, and we'll see if they can develop that into a legitimate attack here in this first half, or halfway through the first half now.
Because we still have a lot of match left.
Yeah.
We're only 26 minutes into this match. SSL trying to find a path, not able to do so. North Georgia now trying to counter.
A lot of room on this near side here.
Oh, what a ball to Lom. He gets a round
good
shot. Great save by the SSL keeper.
And I think you see there, Larry, why Lom is so dangerous. I mean, when he's on the ball, you have to really pay attention because he's fast.
Yeah, he can just hit another gear. Quickly taken.
Oh,
Not able to get that ball to come back.
Oh, look at that.
Still win possession, though.
That's
Cleared
hustle.
away for a moment. Great ball over the top for SSL. They're trying to counter. Having to get around two defenders. He's got to hold up.
Good job.
Going to take it with his left. Oh, and it's just a little too much. And it rides over the bar, and it's out for a goal kick.
And, you know, if that ball had dipped, I think it had beaten the goalkeeper there.
It had eyes for it.
But what a good approach play. I mean, that long clearance there, the SSL player did very well to get control with the two defenders there. Fights off the challenge. But he does it all himself. He comes through, decides to take that left-footed shot, just kind of floated on him at the last minute there, but not a bad effort and a good run forward for him.
Here's another opportunity for Lom. He's going to be called offsides this time.
Look to step off. SSL will put it back into play here.
Quickly back into play. One possession, North Georgia, but he's offsides. Maradiaga just strayed a little offsides on that exchange.
He was standing there.
Both teams, I think, are just going a little too fast at the moment, Dre.
Yeah, get a little frantic. I mean, you do see intent from both sides. They really are trying to get something out of this match. The pace of the game is really high. Really hasn't slowed down since the kickoff.
Not able to thread that pass. Going to earn a foul for North Georgia. This match is our matinee match for Friday night. And then we are going to have a slew of matches on Sunday. Only one match tomorrow. And that is going to be that match for North Georgia United taking on Albion SC up there at Riverbend Park in Dalton.
Yep, they've got a 24-hour turnaround. SSL have another game on Sunday, which we'll be covering, a part of our doubleheader here.
And we will have 2 matches for you on Sunday
A couple of
here
dandies, really.
at this same venue.
It's a promise of some very good football coming up, entertainment. It's a good value for families. You get to see some of the emerging talent. It's an important stage for the game.
At 4:30, SSL will take on FC Birmingham. They'll make the trip all the way over from Birmingham, Alabama.
Hopefully a little bit better traffic on Sunday than tonight, I tell you.
And then at 7 o'clock, Kalanji Pro Profile will take on FC Atlanta. And that is a match where Kalanji could really do SSL a favor and get some points off of FC Atlanta and a little bit of breathing room for this SSL team, but they still need to get some of their own points.
Yeah, they got to win. I mean, they got to get a result tonight, one way or another. And then, you know, they still have – they're the team with the most games in hand. They have 5 more games to play where most other teams have 2. And so they have games where they can make up quite a bit of space, but they also have some tough matches to come up with too. So
Yeah, because
it's
right
not gonna
now
be an easy road.
Right now, FC Atlanta is on 7 points. SSL is only on 2. They've only had 2 draws this whole season. Here they working down North Georgia United, slide it over. Lom tried to get there, not going to get there in time. This one coming back across the goal, but the SSL defense is able to cut that pass off.
SSL defense living a charmed life right now.
And
Got a
that
whistle
one's going to
here.
be a deflection, I believe, potentially a handball.
Oh, it must be. Yeah, I see the referee is pointing to the spot there with the spot of the foul. So I think that, yeah, they'll just put it in the playback here.
But we also have some major matches on Sunday that are critical to this regular season and the trophy for whoever is going to come out the regular season champ, because it is so close between the top 4 teams. We'll
Yeah,
show you the
UMA.
leaderboard here in just a second.
Yeah, UMA with going against Georgia Revolution is going to be huge. SSL looking a little bit better in the last few minutes. They only trail by a goal.
That pass behind the on-runner allows North Georgia to move forward. That ball deflected off SSL. Easily able to get back to it, and he is just taken down WWE style. Take a look at the leaderboard while we wait. You see Dalton United at the top of the table. Georgia Revolution, Kalanji right behind them with 24. Veno Tinto at 23. Potros at 21. And North Georgia United in 6th with 18 points. Fountain City, really, really good to see them up in 7th place with 15 points. And FC Birmingham in that last spot.
Yeah, they can do a lot for their playoff hopes on Sunday.
Shot taken. That one's
got
away
under
over
it.
the bar and out for a goal kick.
Another good opportunity, just couldn't get it on frame.
And the one difference this fall season, no first round bye for the first ranked team. It will be 4 matches in week 1. 1 will take on 8, 2 take on 7, and you get the gist going from there. So whoever is going to be in the top 4 teams will have the home field advantage. So you really want to try to get one of those top 4 spots.
Yeah, that can be a real good advantage for you, especially in the first round. And then, of course, the top seed in each additional round will have home field, including the final.
A lot of teams really put it on their bubble that they wanted this title and they wanted to move on to the national tournament this season.
Been a very, very hot competition so far.
See who could represent the Southeast Conference going into the Final Four of the national tournament, have an opportunity to get a portion of that $150,000 trophy.
Ooh. Close, close, close there.
Good shot. $150,000 is on the line throughout the playoffs. Big, nice check. Big chunk of it for whoever wins the national title. Soda City FC from the Mid-Atlantic winning in the spring season. A team that, again, kind of like Atlanta City, had no business to be in the playoffs. They earned the spot due to teams above them bowing out of the national playoffs. They were the third team in Mid-Atlantic. They accepted it, and they just ran the table.
Yeah, mad respect for stepping up to do that, and they paid off in a big way.
Good ball over the top. Maradiaga on his horse trying to get there. Not going to, and he's going to commit the foul on the SSL man.
Yeah, it looked like the SSL keeper was about to come out for it. Then he changed his mind and started to retreat. And I thought that was going to open the door for him, but he ended up fouling the defender.
SSL, this is good movement right now. Into the box, tried to one-time it, not able to control his body, and it rolls to the keeper. I believe that was Chicksom. It's hard to see the numbers from up here. That's what happens when you get old, Dre.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. Maybe come back the other way, though.
Maradiaga,
nice
he
ball.
gets it up to Lom. Lom's just a step behind it. Keeper's able to get there in time.
You see the idea. It was a good one, but just couldn't execute.
The only team from the UPSL Georgia Conference that's been able to represent in the Final Four of the Premier Division since it's been formed, Kalanji Pro Profile. They did it several seasons back down in Arizona, walked away with third place in the national tournament. Before we had the Premier Division, when it was just Division I, Jenga Atlanta, that became Atletico Atlanta, they were able to lift the national trophy over at Silverbacks Park in that fall 2020 season before the formation of the Premier Division. And it's just raised the bar of competition in the UPSL, Dre.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, from year to year, season to season, you've seen it grow and get more competitive and better and better. Remember Jenga winning the national championship. They did the Invincibles. They ran the table without a loss and went through the playoffs, division playoffs, and then the national playoffs. And, of course, the Final Four and the final were here.
We got a player down for SSL in the back line. Looks like one of the defenders.
Yeah, looks like he needs a breather here.
They've been sprinting back and forth. Didn't see him go down for a specific reason.
Yeah, I don't know if he...
Number 20.
He seems to be walking off okay. Don't know what happened. It happened away from the ball, I believe.
Our roster is not complete for SSL. That's potentially Ben Davies, number 20.
And it looks like his day is over. He's
he's already he's stepped aside. He's going over, and there is a substitution coming on board.
So you have to see the number. There he is. There, yeah. Getting his instructions, number 14. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But he definitely did ask to come out. So whatever it is, he didn't feel like it could go on. And we're back at it.
Back underway here in the 38th minute. Charlie Jordan Field at Shiloh High School here in Snellville, Georgia. This UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. deep in the playoff or in the regular season. Technically, week 12.
Yep. Match week 12. We got some makeup games for a couple of teams, but SSL has the most. But
And
the big
my,
makeup
oh
is gonna-
my, did we get the best makeup game for last. The last game of the season is going to be a makeup game in the middle of the week, Wednesday night, December 4th. It's going to be here at Shiloh Stadium. Dalton United coming to take on Kalanji Pro Profile, and man, oh man, I cannot wait for that match, because that match will basically, I think, will set the title.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have written a script even any better. Possibly the top two teams, unless Georgia Revolution jumps up there as well.
Well, I
playing
think
the final game.
if I was any of the other teams, if I was Georgia Revolution, if I was Potros, if I was any of those top 4 or 5 teams, if I didn't have anything going on Wednesday night, I would be here at Shiloh Stadium, because somebody's going to lift a regular season trophy that night.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. A lot's going to be determined this weekend with the results of games. And if it goes the way we think it is, that could be the title cider, the last game of the season.
Here's a shot taken, deflected. That was a really good rip by SSL.
Defenders
Will be
in
a
the
throw,
right place
though.
at the right time. See what they do. Got to throw in here from SSL in a good position for them.
Deep throw, high into the box, almost bouncing, cleared out, will be a corner for SSL. Another good opportunity here in the 41st minute.
They're knocking on the door, SSL. Remember how well they played against?
Taken quickly, short, but he loses possession just too
poorly done.
fast.
He was undecided, and can he release down here?
And there's a foul, and that is going to be the first
Yellow.
yellow card of the match, going to SSL here in the 41st minute, number 24.
Yeah, it's probably very deliberate foul there. Try to stop North Georgia from breaking through there.
And if you're just watching this match, it was in the second minute of the match where number 3, John Engel for North Georgia United, put one past the SSL keeper to go up 1-0.
Good footwork there, exciting the crowd. Ended up with a long ball. Looks like North Georgia's going to not good at it.
The defender was asking for the keeper to come out to gain possession, but he was landlocked, so they had to take it out themselves. On this beautiful night for soccer here in Snellville, Georgia.
Oh, nicely done there. Wrapped around the defender.
Maradiaga goes over to the near line here, trying to get around the defender. He's not going to be able to do so. Able to hold him off, but
it goes down too easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
not going. He's going to be lucky that he doesn't get a card
For that simulation.
simulation. Exactly, Dre.
Yeah. Referee Fernandez to just
And
get
they're
up.
going to stop play. We got a little bit of a scuffle going on.
And there's something off the ball there. I think.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was busy watching the play as it was going forward.
Yeah, some kind of altercation, a bit of handbags, really. I think that.
Well, we can bring up exactly what happened and
Yeah,
Mary Fernandez getting the players under control. There's a yellow card for dissent for number 13. Here, take a look at what happened.
Yeah, you saw the player did go down. Yeah, I mean it was late, and then of course
And you
SSL
saw
player came over to them,
and started
yelling at him.
jawing at him, and then that kind
and
of
that went back and forth. A lot of nothing really, but
So it's going to be the 43rd minute, number 13.
So they're discussing it now. Fernandez with
That's Ivan Orellana that received that yellow card.
so we'll get another
And
yellow here.
Yeah, our AR having a conversation with the center official. That's one of the things we love to see here in the UPSL is our refereeing squad.
Yeah, she's talking to the SSL player now. He's trying to plead his case about the guy diving, and she'd already ruled on it, and the play had already left there. It's a done deal, so there's no need to have an altercation. You get yourself in trouble.
Well, and you have to remember, so the captain for SSL, number 24, Jalo, when they had that match a few weeks back at Silverbacks Park where they ended up getting into an altercation with FC Atlanta, which resulted in a red card that he had to serve.
Right.
So that's one thing to SSL. You got to keep your composure.
You got to keep your head, yeah. I mean, you can't talk yourself into trouble like that.
Center official just having a final conversation.
I mean, one can understand. I mean, as a defender, you get frustrated to see a player dive in front of you, but the referee recognized it for what it was. Play went on. There's no need to carry on with that. You can be mad all you want, but the way to handle it is go down the other side of the field and score.
And one of the things I love to see, Dre, just something I saw off the sideline, is you saw Coach K for North Georgia United having a extensive discussion with the fourth official, and one of his players come over and usher him back to the bench.
Yeah.
Being an admin is a tough job.
Everybody wants to voice an opinion.
Sometimes your job is not only to maintain control of these players, but sometimes you got to keep control of your coach. Here's a good move for North Georgia late in this match. 3 minutes of stoppage time has been shown from the fourth official. 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Sounds about right. Game is kind of sped on, and that approach there with that ricochet, that deflection, it could have gone into the back of the net.
I was curious if it was thinking about doing it there.
Yeah, it went off to the left side there, but it's a great, scoring opportunity here again for North Georgia. They lead 1-0, but it's a narrow lead.
It's going to be an in-swinger for North Georgia. Right
Foul.
into the mid, called for a foul. Made the into central box territory.
I think after going down 1-0, I think SSL is going to be pretty happy that no other scoring has occurred against them.
Yeah, with that goal occurring in the second minute as well. So they've been able to maintain composure for about 45 minutes. We do have the one substitution to just kind of keep our eye on for SSL.
That was a nervy little clearance there from the goalkeeper from North Georgia. Oh, nice through ball.
Good ball for North Georgia. They're just
gotta
finding those spaces. Great save by the SSL keeper.
That was a
once
really
again
good save.
Another corner.
As he looked to be free and loose there on that left side coming in. Maybe should have gone for that far post, but a great through ball here to get through. Goalkeeper came out to close down the angle, and it was effective.
Lom lining up for another in-swinger. See if they can get out of this without fouling in the box. Takes this one short, and that one's just absolutely wasted and sent
under it
into the heavens. Just completely got his body
I don't know
all
if
wrong.
I don't know if it bounced up and he caught it underneath, but it is artificial turf here. It's pretty smooth.
And as we're getting later in the night, we're starting to get the temperatures drop.
Yeah, I think we're going to get down into the 40s.
And there is the whistle for halftime here at Shiloh Stadium. So we end the first 45 with the score being North Georgia United 1, SSL FC 0. Dre, just give me a few thoughts coming into this halftime.
Well, North Georgia started out hot and got that goal, a very vital goal early on. And as I said, both of these teams need a result today. SSL more so than North Georgia because they're looking for survival. But SSL have recovered nicely, and they've gotten more and more into the game, more settled. So it's setting up to be an interesting second half because if SSL can take a little leap, they can get a result out of this. They can help them move themselves towards survival because both of these teams have another game this weekend. So it's, maybe they need to save a little bit for that as well.
Yeah, when we talk about that, we've kind of had a few conversations about it. Week 12, you see this match right now, 1-0 North Georgia. Tomorrow is North Georgia United welcoming Albion SC to Riverbend Park. On Sunday, 3 matches. UMA FC welcoming Georgia Revolution. And this another one of these kind of matches where UMA is trying to get themselves kick-started into the playoffs. Georgia Revolution fighting for a title. So both teams, they want points. And then that 4:30, the beginning of our doubleheader, SSL FC Birmingham at 4:30, and then Kalanji Pro Profile taking on FC Atlanta. And Kalanji Pro Profile, this match is a bit of retribution for the match that happened last week for Kalanji Pro Profile.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All of these games have a significant meaning one way or another in the various races in the division, whether they're going for the title, playoffs, or fighting relegation. So everybody has a reason to get something out. That's the great thing about this competition.
Well, that's going to do it for us. You see the leaderboard here. So much at stake in these last 2-3 weeks of competition. That's going to do it here for us in the first 45. We're going to step away for a few minutes and bring you the second half of this match here at Shiloh Stadium. At the half, it's North Georgia United 1, SSL FC 0. And welcome back for the second half of this UPSL Georgia Premier Division match. SSLFC down 1-0 to North Georgia United. Larry Weaver alongside Andre Bomar. And that goal, Dre, coming only in the second minute of the match. So SSL able to hold off North Georgia for anything in the last 45, 46 minutes. We'll see what they can do here at halftime, but we know that they don't have a lot of coaching staff with them here tonight, so it's going to be kind of on an individual team effort, individuals, to kind of mush their way back into this match.
Yeah, you wonder what they could do if they actually had a coaching staff that came here. I mean, I think that's the same issue that Albion has, where they depend a lot on the individual talents that are out there. And, you know, they're doing well. When North Georgia scored early, it looked like this could be a long afternoon for SSL. It could have been steamrolled, but they've held on, and it's only the 1-goal lead that they have going in here, so anything can happen at this point.
SSL is going to get us going here in the second half. They're in the red kits. They're going to be moving from left to right. North Georgia United, they're in their pink kits. They're moving from right to left. You can see a lot of players starting to shiver out there as it's dropping 53 degrees right now.
That's
a
good football
nice
weather, man.
full moon out there as well. Last minute preparations from the center official, and we're underway here. Charlie Jordan Field, Shiloh Stadium, second half.
So be looking to see how they start the second half. And already offside.
Offsides. That was close. Close for North Georgia United. They were looking to pounce right away.
Thought we were going to have the same situation as we did in the first half. They jumped out to an early lead. But that'll be something to watch and try to see how each team is going to start the second half.
SSL trying to find a way forward. That ball's going to be cleared out. Will be a throw for SSL, though.
It doesn't appear that North Georgia is going to look to sit back at all.
On their laurels at all. Not at all, Dre.
Yeah, they came out attacking. That's one thing I wanted to see if they're going to try to protect that 1-goal lead, but they seem intent on attack.
SSL trying to maintain possession, sending the ball forward, going to be offsides.
Regroup here. So far, pretty even match since the early goal. There's a throw.
They're going to call, yeah, they're calling it all the way back for a throw. I didn't even see that, Dre.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was real late on that one.
You know, we do what we can, right?
Send it all the way back. SSL reset.
SSL really struggling this season to find their way. North Georgia United can tell them we know what that's like, as they suffered through the same thing in the spring. Really found themselves together here in the fall. We'll see. This ball is just going to find its way to the keeper of SSL. Unfortunately, I don't think SSL is going to get the luxury of staying up this season if they were to be relegated like North Georgia had in the spring. They got lucky on the restructuring.
Yeah, I don't really see any type of restructure that will allow them to stay up if they end up in the relegation places. They're not adding any teams. Look like
mistake there. Able to work out and clear that ball is SSL.
Yeah, SSL in 6s and 7s in defense here, but they did just enough to get cleared out, and they try to counter here.
Able to maintain possession. Good work from SSL. trying to thread the ball again, but just a little too far. A 40-yard pass is just a little too much. As North Georgia United is maintaining those tight spaces, controlling the channels well.
Good movement from SSL.
Good control from SSL into the box. Tried to lay it back, not able to do so. Now North Georgia, they're going to pounce. Able to get the ball to Lom, but Lom not able to control it. It's going to roll out. Will be a throw for SSL. Excuse me.
Yeah, they tried to do a quick counter there, but it looks like the SSL defenders were in pretty good space to deal with it.
And that's one of those times where Lom's speed actually let him down.
Yeah, his first touch was way off on that. Oh, it was a
shoulder tackle out.
hockey check.
Shoulder to shoulder, though. No foul committed.
Yes. Football is a contact
And
sport.
there is a foul. That one's going to be just about 40 yards out. Let's see if SSL is going to elect to put together a set piece, or they want to take it quickly, and indeed they're going to do a setup, see what they can do. One of the things that good ball into the box, headed straight up. One of the things that have hurt SSL is they sometimes try to go way too quick, and everybody is not on the same page.
Yeah, again, I think that comes down to a lack of coaching. Sometimes they haven't been able to organize the attack cleanly and efficiently. It's just that one missing thing for them. SSL, plenty of talent on the team, but they play a lot of teams with talent as well and better coached.
That talent comes from that huge pool that Coach Kalanji has with Kalanji Pro Profile and his Kalanji Soccer Academy.
Yeah, but unfortunately they don't have the structure of the senior team, the Kalanji Pro Profile.
And that senior team just got a huge dose of talent and veteran players, as last week we saw the return of several massive players for Kalanji Pro Profile. Didn't help them get the win over Georgia Revolution.
No, it didn't. You know, there is like the Kareem Tamimi coming back.
That one's just going to scuttle out for a goal kick for North Georgia. We saw Kofi Tumasi come back. We saw Kareem Tamimi come back.
Yeah, and I think you'll probably in coming weeks see Junior Sandoval return for the crunch games in the playoffs.
You still have the likes of Joseph Samuel, Tony Tiente, Anthony Sumo. I think the biggest problem for Kalanji Pro Profile last week was the missing of Kamani Irving in that center back captain role, as he was serving a one-game suspension.
It didn't help, but I think just really the performance of Georgia Revolution was just superior.
Ooh, there's
today.
ball trying to thread it through, but offsides. North Georgia United have been trying to work that line. Lately, they've been being caught offsides.
Quickly down the other side, SSL.
SSL looking for space, lose possession, and decide to just kind of slide tackle, take themselves and the North Georgia man out.
North Georgia quickly trying to get the advantage here on the break. Got some space down here on this near side.
Like I said, Ronald Maradiaga, he is fighting with Emmanuel Lom for positions on that Golden Boot race. Mark Bonneau, just acres and acres of space of him in that top spot with 15 goals.
Definitely the hottest in the Golden Boot race.
Tristan Shiloh trying to get back-to-back Golden Boots.
Yeah,
Last
he got
season
it
in the
Division I.
Division One. He's in second place right now, but he's 5 goals behind Mark with 10 goals.
But he did have a hat trick last week. You get another one of those or two.
It won't take
Anything
much
can
to get
happen.
right back into it. There's going to be offsides committed by North Georgia, coming from an offsides position. Again, thank you for watching here on ASMG TV. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe so you can be notified of all the content that we put on for you here on the ASMG TV YouTube channel.
Got a lot of expansion coming with ASMG. Oh, nicely around the defender there.
Shot taken right
Oh.
into the keeper. That was good build-up of play for
Quickly done.
SSL. Quickly done. And just like that, they were almost right back into this match.
Good reaction catch from the keeper, because I'm not sure how much of that he saw before the shot was made. Good opportunity for SSL. They've looked more dangerous in attack so far this half. Just remember last week how well they played against Potros. But
Here's a
in the
ball
end,
down the right-hand side. A little too far on that ball. That touch just got way far away from him. It'll be controlled by the keeper. North Georgia United have a couple subs gearing up, getting ready to come in.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I'm seeing a little bit different at North Georgia, they're going with that long ball, whereas they did a lot of the short passes in the first half to keep possession and move the ball, and they did it effectively, and it seems like the tactic has changed a little bit in the second half.
And you know, Dre, it's crazy to say some of that could be coming from the weather because you're getting colder and those muscles are tightening up. So you're not as loose.
Oh, nice little move
Good
there.
move
coming around.
there. Our goal
each
scorer
other's
with
way.
possession, Engel, and that ball's going to be seen out. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, you know, right at the last minute, you saw both of the North Georgia players kind of getting in each other's way there,
Yeah.
which allowed the defense to recover. But that was an opportunity missed there, I think, from North Georgia.
Here comes the substitutes for North Georgia United.
Probably
They're going to
the
go
next
ahead and
stoppage.
wait. Mary Fernandez, our center official, had pointed over for those subs, but they weren't ready, so we got back underway. But you know how it is. As it gets colder, here's a ball
Fine.
for SSL. That one just not struck strong enough. See now for a throw. But it just gets harder and harder to move on that pitch as it gets colder. Here comes the substitution for North Georgia United. See who it is. It's going to be number 8 who is going to be coming off for North Georgia. That being Angel Figueroa coming off. He is going to be replaced. SSL get us back underway. That one deflected off a Lom. Able to control it.
He needs support.
Lays it off to the newly entered man, being number 2,
Oh, nice.
J.C. Carpenter.
That was a battle for that possession there.
Quickly taken and be knocked out. It'll be another throw
Yeah, I think
for
from
North Georgia.
North Georgia's
Getting
point of
deeper and
view,
deeper in SSL's third.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to try to get under the goal, get a little.
Engel's going to look for one of
Space.
those other super throws. Nice long throw. Headed straight up into the air. One-timed, cleared by SSL. Trying to collect it, not going to earn it. A little bit of a step on by Maradiaga. Here's a chance, deflected. Maradiaga is down because he got stepped on as they battled for the ball. Looks to be okay. And it wasn't done, and it is going to be a yellow card for the Kalanji man the SSL man who committed the foul. It wasn't really of any ill content, Trey. It was just they were both jumping for the ball. Yeah, and as he came down, unfortunately, on Maradiaga.
Yeah, I don't know if that's cumulative from something else, but Gary Fernandez saw something there that warranted the yellow.
Good control there. SSL, and a foul was deemed by center official. Maybe a high boot. I see her with
she was saying high boot there. So and this is a very interesting position here. This is within range, I think. I don't know if Cheek Sam's going to step up
this
here.
Really good opportunity here for SSL. You're just about 26 yards out. 27?
Around 27. It looks like he's setting it up. 27, 28. Between 27 and 28 yards out.
And you're right about on what we consider the near post. You're right about in line with the near post. Plenty of space to get it up and down.
Put a little power behind it, you might go.
Off the wall.
Wall does its job.
Fighting for position. Lays it back. SSL with control. Back into box. Cleared away by North Georgia. But SSL with possession still. Work down the far line. Controlled. Into the box. Headed away by North Georgia. Shot taken. It dribbles to the keeper. But easily controlled. Good work by North Georgia to hold off that attack. SSL looking really good here in the first 16 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, SSL, the dominant team so far in the second half here. North Georgia trying to get themselves cranked. Got a little bit of a break here, but it's going to go out.
That ball rolls out.
And he kicks it away. I think
he's going to probably earn a yellow card, and indeed earns a yellow card for that.
For kicking the ball away.
You know, that's one of the things through all levels of competition in soccer throughout all nations. One of the big spots of attention this season is time wasting.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You get an unnecessary yellow card for something like that. You know, time wasting in the 62nd minute doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, you commit another foul and you're out for a game for a red card. And your pocketbook takes a hit. As any red card in the UPSL comes with a monetary fine as well as the game suspension.
Yeah, and to get a suspension off of something like this, it doesn't really seem smart right now, but North Georgia still lead. And
North Georgia able to work out of those tight spaces. Here's a ball. Lom receives it wide. He takes a shot, but he's going to be called offsides.
They have not solved the offside trap there for. It's not even an offside trap. They're straying offside in the attack when they try to break, and they haven't really corrected that yet.
Man, it's one of the things where they've actually gifted SSL those offsides in a couple occasions.
Oh, nice shot.
Shot long, about 45 yards out, but easily controlled by the keeper.
SSL looking the better side so far the second half.
Mendiola has done a really good job in between the posts for North Georgia United here at Charlie Jordan Field. Here's a good
Oh,
ball
he's got
for North Georgia, or SSL called
Offside.
offsides. This time the trap falls for SSL. And I really don't see
I think that's a warning.
maybe 1-2 players for SSL warming up, Dre. I mean, it really looks like that one sub is about all you're going to get for SSL right now. We have an SSL man down behind play in the box, just getting up. Number 7. Looks like his shoulder that he
fell a certain way, maybe.
He is having some discomfort.
Yeah, I hope it's not a dislocation or anything like that. You hit
We
this,
have it
this
listed
surface
number
hard.
7 being Costa.
And I don't see a trainer on the SSL bench, so
We have a substitution up and ready to go for North Georgia United because, like I said, I had saw 2 substitutes that were ready to rock and roll. They only elected to start with 1. Engel has possession, the goal scorer of tonight. He lays it forward. Thought about taking the shot, laid off. Carpenter tried to send it forward. He gets cut off. SSL trying to do a counterattack of their own. Working down the far line. Not able to get past the defender. North Georgia clear into center circle, but headed right back into the attack is SSL. Good control of the ball. SSL on this near line. Into the box. Headed away by defense. Allow SSL another chance at it. You know, we talk about this a lot, Dre. If you continue to give teams opportunities, sooner or later they're going to find a path towards goal.
Yeah, SSL are hanging on here, and North Georgia hasn't built on the lead they had that came in that second minute of the first half. And you know, 1-goal lead is just a 1-goal lead. And remember, it won't be a complete disaster if SSL can come away with a point because of the additional games they have.
There is the 1 substitution for. Oh, here's SSL chance. Shot cleared. He was going to be called offsides on that second attempt. I believe SSL substituted number 7 Costa. Yeah, I believe they did. He's still feeling the effects of that injury in the box. Having a conversation with the AR here on the near side as he walks around the pitch. Hopefully he is okay. You definitely don't want to suffer a collarbone injury.
Yeah, those are no fun.
It's one of the most miserable injuries.
Yeah, shoulder is such a complicated area of the body.
Foul committed by SSL. North Georgia
player down near the bench down here.
Selling the injury a little bit.
And he has a miraculous recovery.
It was a very slow fall to ground. It wasn't what we consider egregious. Back to Mendiola. Over to the far side, working out for a throw for North Georgia. Costa finally made it back to the bench.
Yeah, I think if North Georgia can get another goal, that will cement maybe the evening for them. They seem to be doing just enough in defense to keep SSL out. But SSL look very lively in attack. And if they drop their guard, anything can happen. I mean, SSL this season, I mean, in this game, maybe last week against Potros, they seem to be missing that one thing that can get them over the hump. For all the running and attacks that they do, how close they come to scoring, they just don't seem to be able to get over the hump.
Yeah. For North Georgia United, if they're able to come away with this victory, it will give them 3 points. They will, however, stay exactly where they are. They will become tied with Potros FC, both at 21 points, but Potros with a far more significant goal differential. But it gives them a lot of safety to stay in the playoff run. Right now, 24 points is really where you need to be to feel like you're safe.
Oh.
Here's an opportunity for North Georgia out of nothing. Lom takes a shot, deflected, right into the arms of the keeper. Good work by SSL to deflect that shot off of Lom straight up into the air and give some space for the keeper to control it. But 24 points is really where you need to be to feel safe into the playoffs. This win would give them 21. So if they could come away with a potential win tomorrow against Albion SC, or even something at the last match away against FC Atlanta, they will easily make their way into the playoffs. Looks like they got another substitution ready to go.
Gonna place the match ball here.
Also, the substitution, number 5 is coming off, it appears. That's Angel Flores. See if we can see who replaced Angel. SSL with a chance. Working the near line. Deflects it out. Will be a corner. SSL gearing up for an outswinger. Into the box, far side, headed away by North Georgia. Shot back in. That one, it had idea for it, but it just pulled it wide. They did earn another corner, though, over on the far side.
Clip one of the defenders. Get another crack at it with another corner, this time from the far side of the field.
He's going to get another chance. This time it's going to be an in-swinger. Ball lifted right into the heart of the box.
Oh, nice flick on.
But North Georgia able to control it at least for a second. SSLs get possession back. North Georgia come away with it. North Georgia really doing a good job in those tight spaces tonight, Trey. Here's a ball to Lom.
He's on this time.
I just wasted that ball. He just didn't. He got the ball a little too far in front of him when he took it.
He's so anxious to take a shot there, but he didn't quite set himself too well for that one. Kind of rushed it and couldn't get any direction on it. Got behind the defender, but unable to finish.
Keeper gets us back our way. SSL moving forward. Send it long, trying to switch play. Able to get it to the far man, trying to work around the defender, not going to be able to do so. Earn another corner. This is the third corner in about 4 minutes.
You get enough of those.
Starting to turn the screws is SSL. Quickly taken short. Lose possession. Still able to get it into the box. Lom lays it off. Tried to take a swipe at it, misses it, but the deflection is going to see it out for throw for North Georgia. Really impressive play from North Georgia tonight, coming down from the Calhoun area. Looks like we have another substitution getting ready to rock and roll for North Georgia, utilizing most of their 7 sub opportunities. Up, we have a player that's down.
Cramp.
In the back. And yes, even though it is 50 degrees, yes, you still can cramp out there.
Oh, this is really good football weather, though. You're out there running and warming yourself up. So I'm sure that we're going to get some extensive extra time added on. Referee is asking the player to go ahead and move off the field here.
You see it's 6-mile-an-hour wind. You also have to remember that you're on that artificial turf.
Oh, just taken away.
Good ball forward for SSL. That first touch let him down.
Yeah. A little bit sloppy play, a little bit from both sides right now. Don't have the sort of the crispness that we had in the first half. Having said that, SSL have been the more threatening. North Georgia seemed to be content with long balls at this point.
We're here in the 76th minute. SSL having to stretch the game out a little bit. It's going to give an opportunity for North Georgia for a potential coffin nail goal if given the opportunity. Here's unable to get that pass. The only thing I would say for SSL right now, Dre, is I think they're trying to just force balls into spaces that are just unnecessary. They're just a little too tight.
Yeah, the final ball is just not working out for them. Just not getting the service needed.
You know, they're not utilizing a lot of these open spaces on this wide pitch.
Boy, he threw that ball wide.
Yeah, he gained about 10 yards there. Center official is going to allow it.
Yeah.
Gain what you can, when you can. Straight up into the air. That one's bouncing a little bit too much. SSL into the box. Not able to control it.
So
that was a great opportunity for SSL right into the heart of the box. And he just can't control enough of himself to put it on frame. That one did not go past line. And now North Georgia trying to catch up to it, able to do so. Lose possession though. Now SSL.
Yeah,
here we go.
Something unruly about the play from both sides right now.
That's a beautiful ball for our SSL. Good stop. Control. Moving into the box. Hit. That one just hit with too much. There is a substitution for SSL. 8's day is done. We'll see if this substitution can do anything for SSL with only 11 minutes to go, but expect at least 4 minutes of stoppage, Dre, maybe even 5.
Yeah, I would say at least 4 or 5. The stoppages we've had.
Here comes SSL through center circle, but that pass is cut off by North Georgia United quite well. Able to stay on side. Over to Lom. Lom trying to work around 2 men. That pass cut off. And that's a
Late.
slide tackle that is easily going to earn a yellow card, I would expect.
Talk to him.
Having a little talk. Lom gets away with that one.
Maybe because for him it was his real first bad tackle.
Kalanji, SSL man just like, hey, and there is a yellow card. That one appeared it was given to number 17, but I can't quite tell who she gave that to. The SSL man was just kind of hanging out on the deck saying, hey, can I have a foul, please? SSL not able to get anything positive that time. Give it another chance. Sent forward, but SSL control it. Good little tackle there for North Georgia. SSL still have possession. Tried to switch play, but North Georgia come away with it. Gonna send it long. Lom is onside. He's on the edge. He's got a path. He's thinking about it. Lays it off. Tried to send it into the box. Not able to do so, but he has possession. Lays it off again. And SSL knock it out. It'll be a throw.
Yeah,
That's one of those times,
I think
Dre.
you said it right there, Larry. He was thinking about it and he thought too much.
Yeah, so many steps. He was of two minds for a good 25 yards.
Yeah, should he go left? Should he go right? Should he go near post, far post? And by that time, the defense had caught up with him.
Throw in for North Georgia. Shot taken. Little too tight. Out for a goal kick for SSL and another substitution
Yeah, it looks
for
like I think it
North
might have
Georgia.
come off of the keeper. So it's going to be a corner.
It is a corner.
Yeah, they're saying it came off the keeper, I believe.
North Georgia is emptying out the bench tonight. Everybody that made the trek is getting an opportunity. Here comes the in-swinger to the back post, still with possession. Lifted back to the near post, headed, and it's in the back of the net. Goal for North Georgia United, and that will seal this win for North Georgia United if it keeps the way that it is. A beautiful header for number 20.
Yeah, it was nicely finished there. As it came across here, I think that he was fortunate to get that second opportunity, and the header, he just rose up above the defense and buried it. Well done, largely against the run of play, North Georgia there to score. But what a valuable goal now as they go up 2-0.
In the 83rd minute. That goal coming from number 20.
That might do it, even if SSL can get a consolation goal here, the way that play has gone.
Number 20, Andrew Valbuena with the goal. And that was just a perfect goal. Now Mendiola just has to maintain the box for another 7 or so minutes, plus we still think about 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time. So you're looking at good 12 to 13 minutes of stoppage.
Yeah, it's not unheard of to score 2 goals in that amount of time. So SSL, if they keep pressuring, it'd be good if they can get a goal in the next minute or so to give them an opportunity to get a point out of this. But one does start to think about the points totals, where you are in the relegation race, in North Georgia, where they are in the hunt for home field advantage. I tell you, one of the things, again, and I keep harping on this, Atlanta City, of course, Porteros is scheduled to play them this coming weekend. That's 3 goals and 3 points for Porteros.
Yeah, it really
Really
disappointing, and it really messed up the competition.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy for players like Jimmy Noel, who are able to get out of that awful situation and have an opportunity to play for someone like Porteros FC.
Yeah. I mean, that is the positive part of that. The players can find other places to play. They're not penalized by the actions of the administration there at Atlanta City.
North Georgia United have just done a great job tonight controlling those tight spaces in the final third, keeping SSL to a very limited amount of shots on goal. Mendiola not having to do a lot of work for large swaths of this match.
Yeah, I mean, just the observation of the second half, SSL have had a lot more possession. So we can take the free kick here.
Tried to see it hit off the post.
Off the post. Inches away from getting a goal back.
Almost just a simple pass into the box, and it found its way all the way to the near post.
Like I said, if they could find a goal quickly here, it kind of makes the last few minutes very nervy. That's the thing. The SSL have had a lot of possession. They've been very active in attack, but very few shots on target. But that was one that was.
This one, not able to control it. Allows North Georgia. And a foul committed off ball.
Yeah, I think
push.
Mary was trying to see if they could play on advantage there, but it really wasn't developing.
Mendiola sends the ball forward for the defender to get us underway. More substitutions gearing up for North Georgia. They're going to expend their 7 potential substitutions for the match. Allow some players some opportunity for a few minutes as they made that 2-hour drive all the way over here to Snellville. Might as well get a minute on the field.
Well, that's the other thing for North Georgia. That they do want to also prepare for the playoffs. Make sure that they.
And like we said, Dre, they've also got a match tomorrow.
Yeah, keep the momentum going.
So some of these players, they need a little bit of a break because they're going to be on the pitch in less than 24 hours.
This is true.
Which is not ideal for player recovery. You really want a good 48 hours of recovery.
Yeah, that's where the larger squads can come in handy for some of these clubs.
UPSL really likes teams that have large rosters, players above 40. Which is hard because if you have that many players, just finding time for all of them to be able to play. You have teams that have players that go on college duty and have to step away. Players like Tony Kim for UMA.
Was coming in inside the box.
Just at the top, trying to do something with it one time, and it just
couldn't get anything
rolls to the keeper. Lom got a touch on it. It just didn't get any power on it.
Little counterattack here, SSL.
Working that far line over there. Not able to get it past the defender. Still with control. Tried to nutmeg him. Not going to work. And that ball is going to be a foul. And it's going to get spicy.
Now, you're going to run over here and get yourself a red card? Is that what you want to do? I just never will understand this.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, just, handbags again. It's pushing, shoving, talking.
Yeah.
Let's get back to football. This is ridiculous. Over nothing.
I mean, it was a handball, and it was...
you just push the guy away and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nothing.
We have 2 substitutions for North Georgia ready. 1 substitution for SSL ready. Center official is calling for the substitutions. She's telling them to move off with pace and still just taking his time.
She's going to add the time on. I don't,
And
just
she's
get
already
off the
said
field,
she
man.
will. And I expect her to give a yellow card to Maradiaga for coming off. And he's...
Yeah, she's not too happy about that. And that may allow the addition of quite a lot of time.
They're showing the fourth official is showing 5 minutes of stoppage time, but I would expect that's probably going to keep going.
Yeah, it could be more. And when we get those notifications, just for the audience, it's a minimum of 5 added time. There can be additional time added at the discretion of the center referee, depending on what's going on the field. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the time wasting, as you can probably tell.
North Georgia trying to work down the near line.
Tried.
Cleared away by SSL. I think both teams have emptied their benches. We'll see out these remaining minutes of stoppage time.
This game seems to be sort of a microcosm of the way the SSL season has gone.
Yeah, it's Lom in the box, called offside. Yeah, I kind of, right now, Dre, I just don't see, even with 4 games in hand, I just don't see a way for SSL to fight out of that relegation zone right now. They just don't look like it
so far.
Yeah, they just don't look like they're able to see that out, because FC Atlanta has still got a really good chance to get some points in their last few matches.
Yeah, they're playing very well, but we got
Long
offside
called
again.
offside again.
Yeah, it's the same old, same old. They just can't get that right.
Because
okay,
they have 3 teams in front of them that have 7 points. UMA has 3 more matches. FC Atlanta has 2, and Albion SC has 2. North Georgia United could help them out and get a win over Albion tomorrow.
Which is very possible.
Which is possible.
So much is going to be decided this weekend.
You know, and they do have those 3 free points from Atlanta City.
Yep.
They do also have to play FC Birmingham on Sunday. They also have to play Georgia Revolution.
Cut in nicely there.
Shot taken.
Time for them to make a mark, but they can't give it away like that. They're going to have to score and then really press.
Grabbed by the keeper again. We enter the 95th minute. We'll see how much more time center official is going to give on top of the 5 suggested added minutes with all of the time wasting. SSL trying to do something down the near line, cleared away, will be a throw.
Yeah, I think it's a bridge too far now. We're
Yeah,
30 more seconds of the expected 5, the minimum 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just not good enough, SSL, right now.
Controlled and out for a goal kick. You know, you look at last season, Dre, they ended the season in 10th place. They had 3 wins and 2 draws. They just not able to put it together, and that's going to be it, folks. Not really much added on top of this match. It's going to end North Georgia United 2, SSL 0. And that is going to give North Georgia United 21 points. It allows them to equal Potros FC points-wise, but because of goal differential, they're not going to be able to leapfrog over them, as Potros FC has a goal differential of plus 16. This gives North Georgia United only a plus 4, so they still have a long way to go in regards to the goal differential, but a great win for North Georgia United.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to add 3 points for Potros. We'll see how the other results come out for them, but Potros has the best opportunity to springboard themselves into a home field advantage, depending on how these last 2 weeks go throughout the division. But yeah, North Georgia did themselves a favor today. They're doing all the right things, but SSL, it's looking gloomy for them for relegation. They just cannot get over the hump in any of these games. They still have enough games to get out of it, but they haven't shown any signs that they're going to be able to right now. You know, I could be proven wrong, though, but it looks bad right now.
Yeah, you look at tomorrow's match, only one, 7 o'clock, North Georgia United welcoming Albion SC. On Sunday, UMA welcoming Georgia Revolution, and that,
Big
like
one.
we said earlier, those are critical points for both of those teams. And then we have the doubleheader, SSL, FC Birmingham at 4:30, and then at 7 o'clock, Kalanchi Pro Profile and FC Atlanta. And these are teams, as we get into the final part of this regular season, every single point is critical. Because, like you said, top 4 teams get home field advantage in the playoffs. You really don't want to drive 2.5, 3 hours to play on the road. You want it to be at home.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want that advantage. It can give you an edge in these games, but the real thing I'm going to be looking at, particularly at the top, is the goal difference. Because remember, if these teams, whether you're in trying to fight yourself out of the relegation areas, or trying to go for a title or the playoffs, goal difference is the first tiebreaker if you're level on points with your rivals. So it's everything that counts right now. And these are 2 goals that extend the goal difference for North Georgia to 2 more additional goals. But like you say, it's still a long way from the next team up. But every bit counts.
And you look at the goal differential, everybody's in the positive until you get to 7th seed, Fountain City. They have a -3 goal differential. FC Birmingham, a -7 goal differential.
Yeah, so for them, it's just important to keep the points totals to where they can qualify for the playoffs. They're most likely going to be on the road in the first round. But, from there on, it depends on who wins and who's the higher seed in the next round to determine who's home field.
A lot still at stake here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. That's going to do it for us here at ASMG TV. For Andre Bomar, I've been Larry Weaver. Thank you for watching. Catch us on Sunday, doubleheader, SSL FC Birmingham, Kalanchi Pro Profile FC Atlanta, 4:30 and 7 o'clock, right back here at Charlie Jordan Field. For this match, it ends North Georgia United 2, SSL FC 0. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on ASMG TV.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.